What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. Today's episode, we have something juicy.
We're going to do an updated Q&A now that we have been parents for 3 weeks.
We were going to do it on J&J Vlogs, but we're like, we like to get more real and deeper over here, so we figured we'd just do it over here.
Yeah, so I asked you guys on Instagram to ask us questions, and you guys went ham, honestly, and some of them were really good and some of them were a little bit crazy. So
yeah, sorry for the setup once again. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. This is not our everyday setup. We just have to do it because we got a baby.
yeah, I think we explained it in the last podcast. So if you want to know why we're set up in my beauty room, then go listen to our podcast from last week.
And this is a very special episode, guys, and I'm going to tell you why right now. This episode contains our very first sponsor for Spill the Beans podcast.
I think it's so crazy that obviously like this was a hobby that we started thanks to Jonathan because he really wanted to start, and like now we're getting a sponsored podcast episode because of you guys, like you guys watching and like liking our advice or just whatever we're talking about. So thanks to you, we have a sponsor on this podcast.
And thanks to Scentbird. Just in case you guys are just Spill the Beans subscribers and haven't checked out our J&J Vlogs, Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service.
So just as Netflix allows you to watch over hundreds of different titles, Scentbird gives you the opportunity to receive fragrances from over 600 different brands.
600! And the best part, guys, it's a flexible subscription service and skip any month without any penalties. Choose a new fragrance to try every month for just $16. Scentbird carries top designer brands like Prada, Gucci, and Versace, and this works for both women and men.
And what's also cool about Scentbird is that you can actually take a small quiz on the website and they will help you find the fragrance that you love, and they also do it from your previous purchases or the preferences that you put on there, so you can get a new fragrance every month.
All fragrances are 100% authentic since they work directly what's so funny? Directly with brands. Okay, I'll leave that. Since fragrances are 100% authentic, they work directly with the brand. All fragrances are 100% authentic since they work directly with the brands.
With each fragrance, you'll get a 30-day supply so you can try out fragrances before committing to a full bottle. And you can also upgrade to receive 2 to 3 products a month.
Bottles of perfume can cost anywhere from $150 to $500 and even more. Yet with Scentbird, you can get a luxury fragrance for just $7 using our code.
We have our fragrances of the month here. I'm going to start off. I have the Sanctuary perfume and the Good Habit one that is called Excel. Come in this little packaging. It's so cute and it's super easy to use. You just twist it to open and to spray, and you can just take it out and see how much comes in the vial, which is more than the ones that you find at the stores. They each come with their little cards explaining what kind of scent they have, and so you can scan it in the back and learn more about it. So it's super informative and you know exactly what you're smelling like.
Yeah, I got the Tom Ford Black Orchid and the Cartier Declaration. This Declaration one, guys, I freaking love it. It smells so bomb.
It's super easy to travel with and it's super convenient, so we 10 out of 10 recommend. So with that being said, you guys can use our code STBP55 to get 55% off of your first month, making your first month only $7.
That's STBP55 at 1-800.com. We love you, Scentbird. Thank you so much for working with us, and
thank you guys for watching this podcast, because without you this wouldn't be possible. All right, so let's start with this Q&A.
Anyways, happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day so far, whether you're on your way to school or work, whatever. Kick some ass, and hopefully you just like to hear nuestras mensajes every morning. So here we go. Or you learn something, because I sure do. Y vamos corre con, how is it going with the dogs and the baby?
I actually get this question asked a lot on my DMs on Instagram, and the dogs, I feel like they don't really acknowledge him, right? Like, and I think it's because my sisters have been staying with us, so our dogs literally all they do is hang out with them all day, and when they're at school, they'll come upstairs and like sleep in our room with us, but they don't like, if he cries and if he does things, they just kind of get alert, but they don't like bark. They don't do anything really. They don't.
Yeah, they're
acknowledge
very
him.
smart guys. They know that that's our son. Like they know it's ours, so they don't really like to mess with it for fear that I'll do something, you know, because they don't like to. They'll go and sniff him and say like hi to him, but they won't like jump on him or try to lick him or anything like that because they know que les va bien mal.
Yeah, and
Con dad.
honestly, I think that we did really good. If you guys have heard us before say this, we trained them to not sleep on our bed like when the puppies got here. So right now, like they don't jump on the bed. This one asks, what is the hardest thing about being a new dad?
The hardest thing about being a new dad is having patience, guys, because as a man, I already talked about this last podcast, as a man you just want to go straight to playing and stuff, but yeah, it's like having patience. I won't be straight up with you guys. I don't have the patience that I thought I was gonna have, and it's okay. I've learned that I'm not perfect, so I'm not gonna hide from you guys and not be real and be like, I'm the most patient dad ever, I'm the most loving, I'm the most, you know, but I'm the most loving, but I'm just not the most patient. So I do have to leave him with Blanca every once in a while, and I have to step out of the room. I have to go do something else because si me estreso. I'm not, look, like this stresses me. I'm not a good multitasker, right, babe?
Right.
I can't do two things at the same time. So when he's crying, shrieking, and then Blanca's like, pat his back, pat his butt, make him happy, colico, stuff like that. I just get like, I get super frustrated and anxious, and like to the point where like because I told her, I even told you this, babe. I was like, you feel like super itchy, like your scalp, and it's just stress, guys. Like I get super itchy, my eyes, like I start rascándomelos from how like I don't know. It's a weird feeling to feel like flabbergasted, I guess is the. But I'm learning. I mean, I'm learning. I feel like I didn't feel like that with my little brothers because they weren't mine. I could just take care of them. They start crying, hand them over back to my mom, you know. But this one is like mine, and I have to figure out what's wrong with them. So yeah.
Damn.
I had to vent that out because like, why am I gonna hide that? You know.
Yeah, being
I'm
a
not
first time
perfect.
parent is not easy, guys. And I feel like I finally have been settling into the fact that, like, cuando te dicen being a mom is hard. And, like, when your parents sit you down, like, when you were little and I did this and I went through these struggles. And it's like, now it's hitting me like, holy crap, like, it's so hard to be a new parent because it's like Jonathan said, you can't just hand them off. Like, you have to figure out what's wrong. And I think that's the hardest part. But,
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's perfect. Like, he's so like calm for a baby, you know. We could have gotten otro bebé más llorón and whatever, but he cries because tiene cólicos or because he's hungry, and that's on me for getting frustrated, not him. So was Blanca's labor better than expected or worse?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it was better.
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty sure we both suited up for like the worst possible scenario, and I went in there thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in labor for like 10 hours or maybe more, or I'm not gonna be able to handle the contractions, or I'm gonna be more scared. And granted, I was really scared and it was really scary, but it was, if I looking back at it now, I'm like, it was a breeze. I would say.
Oh yeah, 2 hours, natural. Baby was doing good right away. Yeah. We're blessed, guys.
Yeah,
it's so hard to like remember to be grateful, you know, when you have it so good.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't have a scary experience at all, not even through labor, not the next day at the hospital when they were doing like running all his checks and everything, and when we were about to go home, like checking us out was super easy and he passed all his tests. So well, I feel like it's not for me, I wouldn't say it's hard to be grateful because every day I feel like I wake up and thank God, like, oh my god, thank God, thank you that he's here, that he has 10 toes, 10 fingers, you know, that he's perfect. But it's crazy to think and to see on TikTok that so many other people have it differently, you know.
You're in that sense you're better than me then.
My what?
You're better than me, like at doing that, like remember not being grateful, like remembering to be grateful.
I just feel like ever since I had Franco, I feel like my fears have heightened. So I think that's what reminds me to be grateful. So every single day I'm like, thank you God for this, thank you God. Like when he poops, I'm like, thank God that he's pooping, because you know how they say if he's not pooping, then he's not eating right, then he's not gaining the weight. And like when he burps, I'm like, thank you God that he burps. So I feel like that ever since I had him, it's easy for me to just be thankful for every single thing that he does.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm a half empty type of guy,
yeah,
half empty glass type of guy.
Okay, pasa a ver. Do you guys see each other different now that y'all are parents?
I'll let you answer first.
You.
No, you.
No, you.
Do I see you differently?
Yeah.
No, I do. Well, yeah, I have more respect for you. I see you more like more tough, you know?
You think I'm
like
tough?
More, yeah. Just like a stronger woman. A stronger, more like you just have way more like drive than me. Like I could not do like I help you right, but still that sucks that moms have to do the majority of the work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for you when like he's crying. It's not like, okay, Jonathan, figure it out. It's like, let's figure it out together, or I'm asleep and you figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's in the middle of the night and I don't have boobs to breastfeed him.
I wouldn't say I see him different. I thought as well that you were gonna be more patient.
Mm-hmm.
But it obviously didn't pan out that way, and I feel like it's just because these first couple of weeks are the hardest, well, not the hardest weeks, but for us have been the hardest weeks so far. And I feel like you let the stress take over, so you can't be very patient. And I'm the mom, so it's like I have no choice,
Yeah.
like then to be patient and understanding. And a veces me frustro, guys, like literally I get frustrated. I hand the baby to my mom, which thank God my mom is here. I would have gone crazy if she wasn't here. And I go out of the room and go into the bathroom because I already was more patient than you. But yeah, I don't really see you different. It's just I do have a lot more respect because he doesn't complain that much, I would say, when you have to wake up at like 6 in the morning. Like he just gets up, goes, washes his face, and then comes and he's like, dámelo. Like he's not like, oh, like I don't want to get up, nothing. Like
yeah.
he's
I feel like the frustration is with me. Like when you tell me to get up to do something, I've never said no. Like I get up, or at 3 in the morning I get up, 6 in the morning I get up, whatever the kid. I've never told you no. Like let me keep. Like it's when I'm having, and then I can't be patient, you know.
yeah.
And anything else, go to Target right now and go get me this. I'll go do it, you know. So
Yeah.
I try to be as helpful as I can without, being a nuisance.
I think he's just trying to get like adjust to having a baby, and I don't know, it's hard. Like there's no other way to say it, guys. Like it's hard, and you don't know how you're going to adjust when the baby comes.
You can't, and I'm not gonna be ashamed for thinking that I don't have patience, you know.
No, because our life literally changed from one day to another. Like being pregnant is not the same as having a baby, so I don't blame him for everything. Like everything that we're both going through right now is just, it's hard. So what can I say?
What did you feel when you saw Franco for the first time? Sorry if I spelled his name. What? You spelled it right? When I saw Franco for the first time, honestly, guys, I was more like focused on Blanca. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I kept looking at her in the eyes, and like even when he came out, like I was just looking at her to see her reaction with them. Like I didn't even really see him. Like I wanted to make sure she would react good to him, because the doctors are so like, I feel like they do the same thing with everyone, but everyone is different, you know? Like the way they just grab them and they're like, or while you were pushing, they're like, look down and see him, you know? And then they grab him and then they throw him on your chest right away. And it's like, yo, chill. Like not everyone is like me. If I was pushing out a human, I don't care if he's my baby, I'd be like, give me 3 seconds first, you know? Let me collect myself and then put my baby on me. So I right away saw your face and was like, okay, yeah, she was okay, you know? So then I saw him, his fat nose.
When I saw him for the first time, I was in shock. Like I was already in shock going through it all. Like I really couldn't believe that I was there in that moment. I was like, this is really happening. Like there's a baby coming out of me right now, and it's my baby. So I was in shock the whole time. But when I saw him, I was like, I wasn't more in shock because I was like, I can't believe I just did that. Like I really just did that with no pain medication. Everything that I've been preparing for, like it's right here. Like he's here. And I feel like when we were pregnant, it was still hard to believe that there was a baby in me. And when he would kick and stuff, I'm like, there's a baby in me. It's so crazy. But when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, like I made that and he's here finally. And when they put him on me, I feel like I felt a sense of relief for sure. And then also I would say I was excited. And at that point, like when they say that, because you know how they start like sewing you up right away, I couldn't feel the pain that much until they took him off of me and took him away. That's when I was like, oh dang, like I feel the soreness and the pain down there. But it wasn't crazy. But yeah, that's how I can describe it. I was in shock the entire time. Do you feel like you've changed entirely when you became a parent?
Entirely? Entirely. No, I feel like the sense of matureness that I had, it just became a little bit stronger. The sense of responsibility just came a little bit stronger. That all those feelings that you have as a man and a dad just became stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even if you're 15, you still have that nature inside you to take care of your little sister. You know, even if you're 10 years old, you still have that to take care of your dog. As men, we have that sense in us to take care of something. So when I had him, I feel like it just came out more like, you know, everything.
I wouldn't say I changed entirely as a person. Obviously, my whole life revolves around him. Like, I feed him. Like, he's basically just an extension of my body, and I have to take care of him 24/7. But I feel like mentally, I'm still me. It's just taking time for me to go back to how I was, you know? Like right now, I'm on a diet, like my cuarentena. I can't eat everything I want. I can't do everything I want. I can't go to Target. I can't go to the gym. Like, obviously, all of that is on pause right now because these first few weeks are very important and I have to take care of myself as much as I take care of the baby. But I feel like mentally, like I'm still me, you know? Like I still want to do everything that I want. I don't feel like, oh, I'm a changed person. Like I'm a mom now. Like I want to do this different, this different. No, like I'm still longing for the day where I can go back to the gym, I can go back to Target and like bring him along with me and just have him fit into my lifestyle, you know, instead of me changing all my lifestyle, putting it away and then becoming like a new person now that I'm a mom. So I don't think like that. I still feel like my old self. I just feel like it's on pause for a couple weeks until I'm out of my cuarentena, which is literally like 3 weeks away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like I've changed. Do you think I've changed?
No. When do you plan on making Franco a big brother?
You guys are crazy. Like the fact that, like, I don't blame you, but the fact that you guys are already asking us like, when's the next baby coming? I'm like, damn. Like, primero están, when are you gonna have a kid? When are you gonna get pregnant? And then we have a kid, and when's the next one? Literally the day that I gave birth. You guys are asking me if we want another one. Right now I would say that labor, I wouldn't say it was traumatizing to that extent, but it was scary. And I definitely, like right now, it's so fresh that I don't know if I could go through it again. And I wouldn't put my body through that and like go in thinking that I want an epidural just because I wanted to be easier. Like, no, if I ever want to have a baby again, then it's going to be the same. Like, I'm still going to go natural and everything. But as for now, like you guys can ask us and we're like, we don't know. Like maybe ask us in 4 years when Franco's like all grown up, about to go to school. But for now, no.
For now, no, guys. I don't see. They're like, it's such a big love, but I feel like you also have to take care of yourself. You know, like why, like the pain you go through as like with the newborn, like no sleep, no personal life, no friends, no stuff, is so big that I feel like doing it twice in a row, very back to back, is no way that's like healthy. You know, like I just don't see that being healthy. And it's true what they say, the day your baby's born, the day before is the last day of your life that you would be able to sleep in. So until he's like 5 years, and then he can sleep in with us, or he can wake up, turn on the TV and go watch TV by himself and let us sleep in, then I'll be like, okay, is it worth it to never be able to sleep in again? Okay, is it? Yeah. Am I gonna get a little girl? Then
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I completely agree with Jonathan. You have to take care of your mental health. I honestly feel like uno pone y Dios dispone. Like you guys always tell me, oh, you can't say that because you said that you didn't want babies till you were 30. But we also weren't actively not trying. You know, like I wasn't on birth control. Like we were just going with the flow. But for now that we have a baby, it's like now we're gonna be actively trying not to have a baby.
Yeah.
Like I'm going back on birth control the minute I can.
I'm getting a vasectomy, 5 of them,
and reversing it just in case.
back and forth, like that one episode in The Office. Do you remember?
Yeah. But yeah, guys. As for now, like you can't ask me.
Yeah, guys, you'll understand. Like maybe to some of you, I feel like I'm giving off a very like, oh my god, he doesn't like. It's not the. What's that thing where you go into shock and they're like the love of your life and you do, you know what I mean? That like thing that dads have or parents have where it's like, oh my god, like, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like we have that every day when he giggles. We have that every day when chuckles and chokes and then farts, and we like it's not. And I don't want you guys to think that when you have a baby it's like an instantaneous like, oh my god, like you're the most perfect thing, I can't wait to have another one.
No.
It's like little by little, and then you love them so much. Like literally, guys, when I was getting this tattoo, it hurt so fucking much, but then I literally thought, get this tattoo or something bad's gonna happen to your son. Boom, like all the pain went away. That's how much I love him, and I'll do anything for him. But it's like, do I have the option to not go through that again anytime soon? Definitely not taking that option.
Yeah, I feel like you guys on YouTube mostly, because this is how you guys know us, how you guys watch us.
We're just keeping it real, babe.
Yeah, but like I was about to say, like people glamorize being a parent, I would say.
Or newborns.
Yeah, like when I watch YouTube videos, and when I watch YouTube videos throughout my entire pregnancy, all I saw was the good. Like, oh, look at this milestone. Like, oh, look at me breastfeeding. Like all of this, all I saw was being like glamorized. Like being a parent was so amazing and fun, and not once did I see like the stressful side, the me crying at 3 a.m. with the baby crying at 3 a.m. side. Like no one puts that out there, because of course you choose what to put on social media, and most people only put a highlight reel of their life. And for us, like telling you guys, maybe you're like, oh damn, like maybe they're not happy, but it's like, this is the most amazing thing that has happened to us, and we are so in love with our son. But we're not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it for you guys. Like it is also the hardest and the most stressful thing, because I don't know, like as much as we love him, like there's also another side where it's like, it's so, you feel so helpless when you can't do something to help him. Like with his colics that he's having right now, we're like, what am I supposed to do? Like me thinking like, what did I eat? What can I stop eating? Like how can I change my diet so that the breast milk isn't giving him colic? And like, it's just a stressful feeling being up at 3 a.m. and he's crying, and then I'm crying, and then my mom has to come in and like take him from me. And I'm like, how would life be if my mom wasn't here helping me? Like I would, like, where would my mental health go? So yeah, like we don't want you guys to feel like we're not happy, but we don't want you guys to feel like this is perfect and that there's no stress and there's no unhappy moments. Like it's hard. That's all I can keep saying. It's so hard to be a newborn parent.
Yeah, I don't want to like pat ourselves in the back, guys, but you've said this time and time again that we always keep it real with you guys, and this is no exception. I don't want you, we could easily be sugarcoating this and being like it's the best thing that's ever happened, next question, and then you go and have a kid and you're like, whoa, Blanca, Jonathan, you guys made it seem, and then you see that couple that doesn't say the bad things, and then you're like, am I doing something wrong? Like, why is Jonathan and Julissa's baby so perfect and they don't have troubles with it, but mine's over here crying and throwing up and stuff? And it's like, because we didn't tell you, and that's why we're trying to keep it 100% with you guys. And it's such a weird feeling. It's like when you're mad at your dog, like you're gonna like slap his butt, kick him outside, and be mad at him because he's shit inside. But will you ever give him away or stop loving him? Hell no. Like it's impossible.
Yeah, I feel like we don't want to give you guys the wrong idea, but we also, it's like both ways. We don't want you guys to think that we have a perfect baby and that he doesn't cry and that we have a perfect schedule in life, but we also don't want you guys to think that we're not happy with our life right now, because I could honestly say I'm very, very happy. It's just very, very hard and very stressful.
Have you guys considered moving to LA to grow your platform?
Ooh.
I want to so bad, guys. I want to move anywhere else but here. To be honest, anywhere warmer. I'm done with the snow. It's become a personal thing because guys, imagine it's super cold where you're at, snowing outside, cloudy. It's freaking freezing. And then you go on Instagram and you see all your friends working out in Florida or Cali at a bomb ass 80-degree weather, losing weight, eating healthy, going to the gym because it's sunny, and you're over here trapped in this ice globe. And you can't even go outside because roads are too icy. I have a treadmill in the garage. Can't even go into the garage because it's freezing. It's below freezing in the garage. So it's like, fuck. Like, not to be like, if I lived in Florida, I would be so much skinnier. No, because obviously I would have to wake up early there too. But it's like, fuck. Like, I'm tired of Colorado. I'm tired of the weather.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't consider moving to LA. It's just not the vibes for me, but anywhere else, like Tampa, maybe Texas, yeah, like anywhere else, I would be so down. And I personally don't think that you have to live in LA to grow your platform, but I do think that you have to know the right people and the right connections to grow your platform. So it's not necessarily living there, But even living there like would get you maybe more exposure to like events and stuff like that, but sometimes not even that will grow your platform. So I say just like being yourself and staying yourself, and not because you guys know the typical, oh, you moved to LA, you changed now, influencer type of thing. So I don't think that we would have to do that and to grow up our platform. But I do say it requires a lot of trips out there, and I'd rather go in and out than to live there, because LA is crazy and too fast paced for me.
Yeah. Imagine, like, for those that live in warm weather, imagine half the year you just stop doing what you love to do. Stop going to the gym, stop freaking riding bikes, stop because of the cold weather, you know? It's like half the year you just become a lazy piece of shit. Or me. Even the dogs, it's like I look at Ozo, I'm like, Ozo, it's okay, but like once it starts getting warmer, I'm gonna give you all the hikes, all the runs in the world. You deserve it.
Even like walking them, because there's ice on the floor, and now he's slipping, the dogs are slipping, they can hurt their legs. Like the dogs, it's so sad because they have to stay inside. And even though Ozo loves the snow, it's not safe for us to take him on a hike or take him on a walk. But yeah, it's super sad.
Pero like, what am I gonna be to put 10 layers on and go walk him? Like,
Yeah.
Guys, I just yawned. Anyways, continue.
So the next question says, how does your sleep schedule work?
We don't have one. Well,
unfortunately,
we do. I go around her sleep schedule.
Yeah, so basically, just to cut it down for you guys and put it in a short amount of words, I sleep whenever I can, and Jonathan helps whenever he can. Wait, whenever he can?
I help when you sleep. There.
Wait, is that a word, babe?
He can't.
Is
You okay?
Whenever he can. Is that a word?
Whenever he can. Not cans.
Fudge, I need more sleep. So basically what happens is that he's usually stays up till like 3 in the morning, right? Is that what? He stays up till 3 in the morning, and then he wakes me up, I feed, and then he burps the baby, and then we put him to sleep, and then we go to sleep. And then from there, when I wake up at 3 in the morning, I stay up till like 6. So I don't really go back into a deep sleep. I just kind of watch him and I chill with him, because at this time, the baby likes to be awake, like fully awake. His eyes are wide open. So I stay up with him, and then at 6 a.m. he wakes up again for another feeding. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Why are you crying?
I'm yawning, but I want to.
He wakes up for another feeding, and then I feed him. Jonathan burps him, puts him to sleep, and then I sleep from like 7 in the morning to like 10 in the morning. And that's when Jonathan's awake. So we just have a really messed up schedule right now. Basically, I just sleep whenever I can, and he helps me whenever he can. He can? That's not...
Whenever he can. Whenever he can? Why do you say it whenever he can?
Whenever he can. That just doesn't make sense in my brain. I sleep whenever I can. He helps whenever he can.
Why whenever he can, baby? Make it seem like I'm a piece of shit. Whenever he can. Like, he's so busy over here playing video games or going to the gym. He can.
That's not what I mean.
I help you when you're sleeping. Baby.
Well, I meant like whenever you can, as in if you can help me. Like, you can't help me feed him or do any crazy stuff like that. Damn, I'm going crazy, babe. I feel like my brain isn't working.
¿Cómo ha cambiado su vida sexual? Oh, fíjese que pues muy bien.
Someone said...
Metichona.
Someone said, are you guys gonna respect la cuarentena o se van a comer el pan antes or something like that? First of all, girl, the trauma down there, I'm respecting my cuarentena. What about you, babe?
No, I'm not going to respect you. I'm just going to sneak in at night. Guys, this podcast is taking a very steep downhill because we are tired. Can you tell that
we're exhausted?
We're going like insane.
Oh my God. I'm literally... How does Jonathan manage to drop the PS5 control to grab the baby bottles when playing?
Guys, I have not played, nor do I have a PS5, so your logic is totally wrong. I have not actually turned on my PC ever since he was born. I don't go into the room and play video games. What I did do, though, because I do have a video game obsession and I need something to keep me insane, I had a Nintendo Switch that I left at her parents' house. I asked my sisters-in-law if they could bring it back. I've been just chilling and playing on that since it's like You can bring it anywhere. So I'll be playing while he's sleeping very quietly, and then he gets really anxious. Pause, and then boom, go and take care of him. So
Yep.
Nintendo Switches are the best.
Perfect. Did you watch Baby J come out, and how
Yes,
did you feel?
Um, I uh, 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 uh. I didn't watch him like come out. Like I saw his head, and then I saw his face, and then I saw him get put on the chest because I could not see the other rest.
And how did you feel?
I thought it was better than what I thought. I thought I was gonna faint or get nauseous, and no, I didn't. I was too scared to feel any of that. Trust me, guys. If you're really bad with blood, don't worry. You're not gonna pass out. Your body's just going through it. It's so adrenaline, so shocked that it doesn't even give you time to feel newsy or doozy or whatever that's called.
We'll end it with this, and this will be for Jonathan to answer. What is your number one advice for soon-to-be new dads?
New dads, this is my number one advice, and believe it or not, it's not something that I've gone through it, but I feel like, ¿cómo quiero decir? Ya ni puedo hablar. Es que, ¿cómo te quiero decir? I feel, okay, I'm just gonna say it out there, and then you guys, I'll explain later. Saquen lo que tengan que sacar antes de tener un hijo. Do what you want to do, live the life you want to live before you have a kid. And what I mean by that is that if you're not willing to live the party life for a bit, if you're not willing to settle down with that baby mama, the woman you're having it with, if you're not willing to stop going to, because I know a lot of guys are obsessed with sports just as much as I am with video. If you're not willing to stop playing video games, stop going to Sunday league, chilling with your homies, playing soccer, then don't have a kid. Get that all out of the way, take it out of your system, and then when you're ready, then you give your baby 100%. Luckily, I feel like I didn't have anything in me that I needed to do. It's not like, fuck, now that I have Franco, I can't do this. No, so everything's out of me. But I do know, and that's why I wanted to say it, is that I do know guys that unfortunately they can't leave the party life. Dejan a la baby mama there by herself. That leads to them breaking up, divorce, and then ahí están que los niños están sufriendo all because the dad couldn't settle down and just be with his or wait 6 weeks to have sex, so he goes and cheats on his baby mama. And so really just get it all out of your system, guys. Get it all out before you decide to have a baby.
Yep, I definitely agree. And I feel like that goes both ways. I feel like that goes both ways, not just for new dads, but for new moms as well. Like, I know that people think being a mom is like this beautiful, happy thing, but it's like Jonathan said, you have to take everything out of your system before, because literally the day that the baby's born, your life changes forever and ever and ever. And they don't lie when they say that. So listen to your mom.
Yeah, guys.
But that's going to be it for today's podcast, guys. I hope you're having an amazing Friday wherever you are, wherever you're going. And I hope that it's not cold like it is here.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you once again to Sample for sponsoring our very first sponsored podcast. We love you guys. Take care. And if we haven't said it before, follow us on social media, specifically Instagram, because that's where we post our giveaway winners. So yeah, don't miss out on a giveaway, because I could be calling your name on Instagram over here and you don't follow me or her, and you're missing out on money.
But with that, all that being said, that's it for today's podcast, guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next Friday.
Mic drop.